Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, we are yet another scene in the Edessa by Night Chronicle, Season 2. And tonight, believe we find ourselves in the Elysium that has recently been reopened. And there's apparently going to be a little social gathering of sorts among the young. And I think from there, the scene can begin with whoever decides to enter the establishment first.
Well,
Then I mean,
oh, go ahead. Go ahead, David. Go ahead. By all
but
means, ladies
as
first. Oh,
uh, now you're talking with your appearance for. So yeah, the scene is gonna start, I guess, since we're just a whole bunch of nerds. I guess there must be some kind of library or something. And well, Eglios, having scent, the scent of old books, has been attracted like a moth to this place. And yeah, he is probably looking at some old book or parchment because obviously those things are kind of rare. And I mean, would he dare to touch it? That's another question.
this being the second night of Elysium, Celine has kind of dropped Irene off at said Elysium, told her she'd be back in a few hours, and left the little Lasombra to herself. She is walking through the crowd, probably greeting a couple of people that she met the night before. But since it's early in the night, she and she hasn't slept very well during the day for all the fucking obvious reasons. She decides to go to a place where it's a little more quiet, and she sees a door standing open, and she just wanders in. And apparently, this is a library now, and
I think to make it logical with the description that we have, it's not a library anymore. It's a fucking garden.
Oh, cool, garden. Yes, garden sounds great.
It's
So
a
yeah,
fucking garden.
she wanders through the door into the garden, and is first of all just kind of taken in by the beauty of said garden, and looking around, taking it all in, and then notices the individual that she had a long conversation with yesterday, uh, which she will slowly walk up to, making sure that she's not disturbing him or anything. Like if he is in thought or anything, she'll just wait a little bit away so that he can spot her but doesn't immediately feel the obligation to go talk to her. And yeah, she'll wait.
And well, I guess after a few instants, he will probably because she is very quiet. turn, turn, and he first see her. Oh, Lady Irene, it is a pleasure to meet you again.
Lord Aglios, the pleasure is all mine. Did you come to find a moment of quiet as well in the turbulence?
Ah, I must say that you have unmasked my motives. My sire has dropped me here as other business needs to attend to and entrust me to be well educated enough to make my own introduction.
Are you preparing? Because if so, I will leave you to it.
Oh, it is good. It is good. One can only prepare so much. At some point, things become redundant, and well, what happened will happen.
This is true. I must say I've practiced my introduction as well, though my sire will luckily be present for said introduction.
Hmm. I am sure that considering your clan, your introduction shall be as he makes a pause, flawless.
I can only hope so.
At this time, this is when Garrett will also walk into the Elysium. He's been here for probably half an hour, and he's just kind of wandering around, but probably heading towards the gardens for some peace and quiet. He will probably hear the two speaking, and he's going to try and walk the gardens discreetly and not be seen for a while. He's not like overtly sneaking, but he's just trying to be unseen for a little while and give them their privacy.
All right.
I'm a thief. I'm a
Yes,
thief Malkavian.
for the fun of it, we can roll if you want.
Sure,
it's up to
why
you.
not?
It's like just in case you botch and actually you become one with the rose bush. And
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
like,
Exactly.
"Oh!"
That does mean that now I have to grab my character sheet. God damn it.
Okay, so let me see what is on my thing. Ah, yes. Now I'm starting to speak my own thing with my own accent.
Let me see. Deception.
Oh wow!
Oh, I barely have
Well,
a
3
stream.
successes.
Jesus.
Yes. Yeah, he's one sneaky mofo.
Obviously.
That's one. Ah, no, that's 2 for me. I will not spot the Malkavian.
I got 3, but Defender wins. So Irene will look around for a moment, almost as if she thought she heard something. Just looks around again, then shrugs and focuses back on Ecleos. Ecleon? What happens when you don't have your name? Your hangout on Ecleos. That was good.
I mean, it's okay. It could be my
Alright.
werewolf name.
God, no. Which I can still pronounce, by the way.
But it's okay. We will keep that for,
Yes.
for yours.
So,
uh,
Lord Ecleos.
okay. Just a minute, Saskia.
Mm,
No,
okay.
Curtis. If you're talking, we're not hearing you.
No.
So
Oh,
yeah. I would say
Reload.
again, like reload, and every time, like I have the text open just right next to me. So
Uh-huh.
if at any point like you talk and you have a problem, like no, you're no, like you're not. I think this is gonna be a wonderful hangout.
Great, yeah.
So yes, as we were.
So yeah, after
Mhm.
after she looks around, she'll turn back to
Yeah.
Lord Ecleos. It's like, yeah, we can hear you, by the way. So Lord Ecleos, is this your first time in this Elysium? Or
Well,
in a Elysium, I should say.
technically, it is my second time here. As as he
Fair
smiles.
enough. Fair
But
enough.
as of uh, Idol of Elysium, I have to say that, well, as much as I was of service to my lady Primogen, ghouls well, are not welcome in most of these events, except for particular event. I had been I had to do other things. So yes, this is as as a member of the Cainite race, this is my first Elysium.
And what do you make of it so far?
Mm, I think it is an interesting thing. People people enjoy talking, but it is all it is all a masquerade. Everyone wears a mask. Take, for example, the Tamerlan.
She smiles, kind of shaking her head. Yes,
He
very
is,
intriguing person.
yes, or perhaps he is not that intriguing. Have you have you seen what happened? There was there was not a lot of things. There was not a lot of things happening until he started to talk very, very loudly, and people focused their attention on Tamerlan and Tamerlan alone. And then, just as loudly as Tamerlan came, then after Tamerlan talked, there was only silence.
He definitely knew how to fill the room.
Mm. Indeed. Have you given some thought about the land of Tamerlan?
I have not.
Hmm. I would find it personally interesting to see if this is a chimera of his own creation, or if there is shades of truth within what he said.
It is an intriguing question and an intriguing riddle. But don't you think that focusing on his land might take attention away from focusing on the person behind, as you so eloquently put it, the mask?
Hmm. Perhaps that is true, but I tend to think that the land speaks a lot of its owner. Wherever we come from shapes us. We, I come from Constantinople. You come from Greece. Greece had as much as your sire a part to make you who you are. And well, maybe this is just a tale to amuse Neonate and laugh as he sees them dance to his tune. Even even a lie or a fable can still give you insight on the one who makes it.
But doesn't that count for everything? Every step, every glance, every word carefully chosen? You reveal as much about yourself as you're talking about Tamerlane as you reveal about him.
And he smiles. Yes, we cannot really hide much, only try to.
And meanwhile, this conversation is going on. The figure of Commodus Dani Trumir is making his way into the Neo Elysium. He is in a full dark cloak because, of course, when you're Trumir in darkness, you have to have a dark cloak at all times. His face is hidden by the shed of his hood, but he's removing it as he walks through to explore a little bit, and he will enter the garden, and you will probably see his pale visage and unnatural yellow eyes.
Irene will stop as this new individual walks into the garden. It's very quiet there, so obviously anyone who walks in is kind of, unless they're hiding, immediately spotted.
Yeah, he's probably still in a hedge by now, just kind of listening, and he will come out at some point. Just
And then
after
he's like,
he's
then
just
like,
so
nope,
traumatized. Yeah. He's so
I'm fine where I
traumatized by
am.
family. He's just there like, nope, nope, not getting out.
No, I'm
So-
fine. I'm in my bush. My bush is fantastic.
So
My
Irene
bush
will
is
look at the new person, notices his strange appearance. Is gonna try to hide her. How do you say that? Her.
Surprise. Her.
Yeah, I guess it's not really disgust. Maybe curiosity. Yeah, it's probably more curiosity.
I'm not going to roll to oppose this. I'm doing this game hard mode. I don't have empathy.
Manipulation. So to use 5 dice. I don't have a whole lot, and I only have one less. I realize this now. Forgot this in the previous roll, by the way. So she would have only had 2 successes. She has 2 successes, so she.
Let me just roll for the sake of it. Why not? I will roll my mighty dice.
Yes.
Only one.
You're
She
good.
hides. And she'll give a polite smile and will halt the conversation for a moment to see if the individual would approach them or if he just wants to enjoy the garden on his own.
He looks around the garden for a second before he starts approaching, and it's like, "Good evening. How are you two this evening?" By the way, also character, are both of your characters new arrivals in the city? I know one of you is a
Yes.
babby, but okay.
Yeah, no, both of them are.
Okay, just wanted to know. And he's like,
I just wanted
Can't-
you to know. He
I
says.
can't say I've seen any of you two before, so if you don't mind me asking, who are you?
Irene will curtsy politely. I am Irene Argyris of Clan Sombra.
Ah,
You
I,
he will turn, look at this individual, this fucking weirdo. As he goes, I am Eclios Obertus, neonate of Clan Semitsi.
both from a little bit west of here, then I reckon. He will ask in Greek.
And yeah, Eclios will nod. I come from Constantinople.
Ah, yes. Where the dream
Irene
fell.
will. Sorry, go on.
He said, "Well, just where the dream fell." And what did you say?
Irene would reply in Greek. Yes, and it is a pleasure to hear someone speak in our beautiful language.
Indeed, I know quite a few languages, so it's nice to have Greek put to use once again. Now, which clans are you of, if I may ask? Oh, and where are my manners? I am Commodus Bani Tremere.
I mean, he asked which clan we are. Who told him?
we both said so in our introduction.
Oh, I need to hear. Okay, out of character. I didn't hear you properly then. I only heard the
It's
name.
fine.
No, it's
It's
fine. It's
fine.
obviously because you look down on us. Obviously,
Obviously, I looked down on it. That's
Yeah,
the
you don't,
excuse. Now, he then he wouldn't say that. So it's like, my manners. I am Commodus Barney Tremere. He knows the best to the. This is good
well,
shit.
thank God I don't have hatred Tremere. Not yet. It's something I will acquire, I guess, in the coming years of my own life.
I will roll again to hide
Yeah.
surprise. Surprise,
will
that was
roll-
the word I was looking for.
I will roll again. I will roll also.
I only have one success this time.
I have one success. Oh yeah, he doesn't see anything. Obvious.
I don't see you.
Obvious Tremere, so sure
my
of its own
God.
greatness.
My God.
I can't waste my time on it's like you're like.
You should just follow me and get in the bush.
Yes,
You're
please
purely-
tell us
you're pure-
what's happening in the bush. You even keep talking Greek, like it's
Yeah, Garrick is just watching these two new neonates in this kind of large, kind of imposing figure speaking this alien language he doesn't understand. And he's watching and he's trying to guess what's going on, but he has no clue.
Oh.
Just for the comedy.
Yeah, she'll return the conversation to French because, yeah, it is impolite to talk in a language that, even if there's no one around, that, people can't really understand. Not all of them, at least. I have heard little of your clan, I'm afraid, Lord Commodus.
Well, I'm sure you will hear quite a bit in the time to come. I can almost guarantee it.
yeah, he gets a smile from Acleus.
Now, when did you two arrive in the city? 2 days ago, a week, a month. I'm just curious.
My sire and we arrived here about a week ago, a little longer now.
Well, I hope you find the city comfortable.
When you look at the world through new eyes, everything is unique and special. So I find the city exciting.
Excellent. And what about you? He turns his gaze to Equios and asks,
Yeah, he keeps his poker face. Because God damn it, I can.
I'm gonna roll perception empathy on you.
Oh, I mean, you can. Like, it's not like I have just one success. Like, yeah.
But by all means, feel free to continue the conversation.
Yeah. I have arrived recently, only 3 days ago.
"Oh,
I came to see my sire. Ah, you don't see through my poker face.
I do not see through your poker face now.
It's vicissitude. It does things to your face.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like plastic surgery.
Exactly. Oh, you
No
can,
regrets.
Curtis. Curtis, you can completely roll. Like, you just have to get one success.
Yeah, I'm just checking that the bush isn't blocking me. It destroys
Yeah.
all of my empathy.
Yeah,
You can always-
okay. You can
I
always
will
come
come out
to
at some
seal.
point.
I will come out when I have all the infos that I need.
Yeah, I only get one success, so defender wins.
Yes, the
Oh.
fuck on my works.
Oh boy, the night of not seeing things.
Like I'm thinking, oh god, like I have, I have 3 successes. Like I have 3 dice. Like I'm dead, and then it's like, oh great. But yeah, no, as he said, like yeah, I arrived 3 days ago to join my sire.
Well, may I ask who your sire is?
He he will d- 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 he goes he goes well, my sire is Lady Elena Stanislav.
Oh, a primogen herself. Well then. He nods to that. And it's like, okay. Well, at least that's the name I know. Ah, and I trust you have found the city hospitable so far?
So far, yes. As he lets that, that long pause, implying, yes, it was great until you came up.
Can try and throw your flesh shade at me. It's not gonna work.
It's okay. I throw all my flesh shade.
Oh no.
And now there's 2 of them. Great.
Well, excellent. That's always good to hear that new members of the city find themselves welcome here. Yeah. He nods again and is like, so, what topic did I interrupt with my arrival? He asked the 2 of them.
Oh, you didn't interrupt anything, Lord. We were just making further acquaintance.
I understand.
Indeed.
Getting
Well.
to know each other a bit better.
That's always good. Trabir making everything they say sound menacing. 2017.
So, pray tell, Lord Commodus, have you been in the city for long?
Years and years and years. I've been around here for quite some time now. And it's been tumultuous on occasions. But it's far more stable in these times, I can assure you. And this is a very good time to move in.
So, for anyone who is new to the city, what are the places that we would need to visit, that we would need to see, the wonders of the city? Where can we find them?
There are quite a few. I also care to find the fucking map. Damn it.
Nah, sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. I
might
just
as
forgot.
well put a
You
map.
are
I'll-
not prepared.
Yeah, 1 second. I can get the map. I can actually display the map for you right now.
Oh, wait.
'Cause I'm
Oh, wait.
awesome.
The map is gone from the forum. Damn it.
There you go. Look at that. Only the most detailed of maps, clearly.
If you,
Ignore all the
I-
random lines.
there are, depending on interests, you can find things in the noble quarters that are quite beautiful if you want to examine architecture and the palace too, of course, if you can properly observe it. I do caution you to keep away from Abraham's fountain. It's not welcoming unto us. And the Christian quarters are, of course, always welcoming to new arrivals.
I would love to see those areas then. Architecture coming from Greece is something that, you know, is always intriguing.
He nods with a faint smile, showing he understands the interest.
Lord Ecclesias, where would your interest lie in the city?
He has been silently observing. Like, yeah, I think at this point, like, even if he keeps his poker face, I think that Irene can definitely feel that there's tension between the two of them.
It's a very one-sided tension. Commodus can't be bothered with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Irene is like,
What a
distraction,
bitch.
distraction.
Yeah, like I've killed you like 1,000 times already. It's fantastic. He thinks for a moment. I have to say that I have some interest in seeing a friar. I have heard that there has been, even through, well, the mortal intricacies and the changes that roams around the city, I am curious to see how the monks are doing, and especially see if any of them are working on scriptured manuscript. It is a personal pleasure of mine.
A hunger for knowledge.
Yes.
The most valuable commodity of them all. It's a wise thing to pursue. I can say that, and it's an interest I understand.
I am sure you do.
Indeed.
I think we have found like the only subject where we actually agree on something.
Do you like writing and reading? Yeah. Okay.
we will fucking nerd out at some point. We will have a nerd battle. It's gonna be great.
Meanwhile, Garrick is very, very, very confused by this reading and writing thing.
Oh boy.
Aww.
Don't worry,
Yeah.
I'll teach you.
I think honestly at this point, like Garrick is like, so if I come out of a bush, this is gonna be awkward. This is gonna be the worst. Like I should stay in my bush. Like I'm safe here.
He's in a hidden corner of the garden. He will probably pop out and at some point and just, he'll be discreetly wandering.
The keeper just walks through the garden like a night later and just it's like, wait a second.
What happened to that bush? Things were done to that bush, and I don't think it was consensual things.
They were scary, noble people talking, and I panicked.
There are scary, noble people. Yes, there
It
are.
was so scary. We're not
Speaking of, well, no, actually,
scary
the complete
people.
opposite of scary.
Oh, hi, Chris.
Yes.
Speaking of scary people, Maria the Black. What?
Oh no.
No, that's not this person. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'd just say this is the scene where you will die prior to you actually beginning the scene. Don't worry.
I cast
um,
invisibility.
yes, there is a woman in bright red robes walking up to you, with a bit of a veil and embroidery. Her skin is rather dark, darker than shown in the overlay. It's not pitch black, but it's getting there.
Who is it? But since I've been around for some time, I'm just asking.
You would know this person as Ebony. She's an Assamite, which is quite friendly. She has she has a reputation for being very very approachable.
Excellent. I didn't find the picture before now.
Yeah. You can't see the smile on her face, but you can imagine, considering the people actually at this conversation, she probably is.
Commodus will, turn and eye the new arrival and be like, happening. Welcome. Just, how are you this evening?
Why, excellent. My Lord Commodus, how about yourself?
Oh, well, so far the evening has been interesting. Let's put it that way. And I'm quite good. Quite well.
I'm sure it would. She turns to the two people she hasn't seen before. Alas, I've not had the good pleasure. She bows. I'm Ebony of Clan Assamite.
And Ecleos will bow to her. Good evening, my lady. I am Ecleos Albertus, neonate of Clan Zemitzi.
Irene will curtsy. And my name is Irene Argyris. I am of Clan La Sombra.
A pleasure to meet you both. What a diverse collection of peoples we have here.
Indeed. It's quite notable. And they're both recent arrivals in this city. And fortunately, it seems to have treated them well so far.
This city is definitely a wonderful place. And indeed, the variety of individuals that one can meet here is impressive and beyond all of my expectations.
I'm glad to see that. Yes, the city is perhaps one of the more cosmopolitan across the region. Although it does come with the unfortunate consequence that we sometimes do get a few bad eggs. Roll perception and fee.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Just letting this
Why do I fail my nightmares like on these nights?
2 successes.
I got only one.
Tremisol.
Yes!
Yes. Like Ecleos is smiling, like, yeah, great. This is getting
Not
even
actually
better.
saying the Tremere are bad eggs, but there is a Tremere that just happens to be standing there, you know?
No. I mean, you know.
Yeah, courtesy may roll as well.
I mean, Chris, like, it's okay. Like, all premieres are bad. We all know it.
Yeah, that's okay. But Missy and Assamites have a mutual understanding.
Yeah, exactly.
Free
Both
for
part of
me.
the same faction, actually. Free for you. You got the most successes, so I'll give you a little bit more. Yeah, she's
This is just
she's being very, very, very deliberately subliminal, and not specifically mentioning the Tremere.
Hmm.
Not just to be polite, but perhaps you would guess she is poking the bear, as it were.
She's testing the waters, seeing how he'll react.
She's testing the waters, but it's also you kind of come to the conclusion that even if their bear was poked, it's not like anything can happen to her, even as a neonate. Interesting that she
true.
say this here and now, although also expected because obviously she's an Assamite.
I go, Commonwealth will just eye her for a second, but it's not going to particularly respond to that statement. So, how have you been in the past few nights? You will ask her instead, if I haven't already.
Oh my lord, it has been fairly quiet as of recently, apart from, of course, the odd domain breach, but the court was made aware.
Good. We wouldn't want that now, would we? But as interesting as I find the conversation at present, I do have other things I have to occupy with myself this evening. I am sure I will see all of you soon enough. I wish you all a good night.
It
And
was
he
a
will-
pleasure meeting you.
Oh no, you
Indeed.
must leave so soon.
Unfortunately. But we will probably have a longer conversation in the future, I'm certain. And he pulls off, his hood, so basically, his face can't be seen, and he walks away. Sorry, guys, but I keep getting disconnected, so this is
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, no problem, man.
see you around.
Yeah. I can just see Vyasamite like, no, wait, come back.
Yeah, the Assamite is like the statement was just dripping with sarcasm.
Jack, never let go.
Oh no, such a shame. Alas. The truemost flighty.
Hmm.
I'm sure he must return to his haven and study. They do love to study.
Oh yes, they do love to study. They have quite a reputation in that domain. And I mean, Peeps can definitely roll perception empathy on this one.
I will never stop rolling for that if you give me a chance.
I know.
I don't think I really need to roll, even though she has an
Yeah,
incredible
no.
No, I
Yes.
mean, I don't
Genuine
think I need to roll either, but
I'm not actually going to have her roll, because she's not really analysing him too heavily.
I got 2 successes.
Yeah, you got 2
Free for
successes.
Garrett.
Okay. With two successes, you can definitely, well, outside of feeling the salt
Mhm.
in his words, you can definitely feel that there is something far more sinister when he says studying, like not just the study of knowledge. And for 3 successes, yeah, you most definitely think this has to do with a reputation of the Tremere and all the work that we've been doing.
Hmm.
We were just talking about this city, and the attractions that it holds.
Oh, you wish to see the sights? I could give you a tour after Elysium if you wish.
If my sire would agree to that, I would find that most entertaining, yes.
How long have you been in the city? If I may ask.
I've been in this city for several decades now. Oh, I was not born here.
Still, you must have seen quite a lot of things and must know the city far better than we do. As he smiles.
An intriguing thing about this city, it's ever-changing. It's hard to keep up with, even for our kind who can see all of it happen before our eyes.
Or perhaps that is exactly why we see the turn of events instead of living in it.
I am.
How would I know, right?
Habony puts a hand on her shoulder. I'm sure even if you do not know now, you will in time. It comes naturally.
It was wisdom that my sire imparted on me, and I tried to take it for my own, but yes, you see through me so easily. She smiles, little, well, apologetic.
Your youthful energy gives you away, but I wouldn't consider it a weakness.
You are too kind.
She lets the praise hang in the air. You kind of see, you think she's smiling. She still has the lower half of her face behind her veil. But she nods in acknowledgement. You almost often find me all across the city. I am quite... I would not say well-travelled, but well-known. My business takes me to many places within the domain.
And what might that business be, if I may be so bold as to ask?
One second.
1 second,
Do
I
I
have
need to
way
get
too
my
many.
peony?
I mean, I think it's fantastic because it feels like, wait, I have so many business cards. Let me see. No,
The thing
that's
is,
4th
that's literally
century.
true. She has like every business card ever, so... Let me check. Okay, I'm gonna roll her manip sub.
I figured.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I missed my one die.
Yeah, you do. What dice roll are you in?
1.
Okay.
Oh, that would be 2 successes on my PNE.
I only get
Yeah,
1.
I'll roll mine.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that was an incredible roll.
Yeah.
So
I won't get this. But
I see nothing.
Can't read my.
Nothing.
Oh, even poor poor Garrick cannot see. He must feel very frustrated. Maybe he
like
will jump
Garrett.
out of a bush.
He will. He's waiting for the right time.
Ah,
I'm invested in and involved in many areas of the city's day to day, or night to night in our case. Commerce, theology, legal disputes. Often as much involved in our society's night to night as the kind's day to day.
When she say theology, Ecleos raised an eyebrow. And what subject of theology would that be, my lady? If I may
I am
ask,
well.
of course.
I'm well versed in faiths of all varieties, largely those of Abraham. But I have taken an interest in the more pagan traditions of some of the others. An intriguing anomaly in a city like this. It only makes it all the more fascinating.
Do you mean to say that outside some member of our society, people around the city still believes in the old ways?
There are a few, to my knowledge, though they are very small in number. I believe that is more common in Europe, not that I can say I've ever been there.
Yes. Yes, indeed. I have seen it a little bit myself when I travel. Since you had your interest in the subject of theology, I also interest myself in those questions. Would there be a place that you would recommend me to visit where I could find perhaps people of common interest, or even, if I may be so bold, a place with a proper library of manuscript? I had not yet the occasion to find such a place.
Ebony thinks to herself for a moment. She puts her hand on it, puts a finger on her chin. She thinks. The Cappadocians and my own clan are known to have archives within our city, as do the Tremere, but they have a reputation of holding their knowledge.
That is not the only thing that they hold within their temples. So he smiles like, yeah, we know.
There is also There's also a there's also a chapel within the Toreador domain, hosted by a man named Adam Carter. His archives are perhaps not as vast as those as the collectives of the Cappadocians or the Children of Hakim, but they are more accessible to those of the younger blood. He is quite the theologian himself, although he is more focused on the Christian faith.
And he nods. Well, I thank you. I thank you for your kindness in my regard. Maybe one day I will have the honor to be allowed to read one of the manuscripts that the clan of Akim has the honor of holding.
I thank you for your praise. I myself have only had the honor of reading but a fraction. I'm far too young, but perhaps yourself could come to an arrangement between the other judges of my clan.
He will nod. I will keep this in mind. Welcome back, Saskia. We're talking about theology.
Yes, Irene is listening silently.
You're not a snake. You're a shadow.
No, yes. Yes.
Out of
What's
curiosity.
Irene? Oh, sorry.
No. I was gonna say, because I know our dear Derek is hiding in his bush, but I'm wondering if you have rolled.
Yeah, I did. I rolled at the beginning of the scene.
He has 3 successes to be hiding.
Okay.
You can.
And the
He
no
would.
spot.
Yeah,
And
he will
nobody's
be. Yeah, he will be
Oh.
coming out. He's found a discreet place to sort of settle and be unseen.
Yeah, you
He's
don't
a
really
bit-
want to roll against this person's like perception rating.
Yeah, this is a dirty Malkavian now. He like nobody wants to talk to me.
You don't want to roll against a fucking else. What of you, Irene?
What of me, my lady?
My dear friend Eklios here shares an interest in theology with me, but what would draw you to this place? What interests do you have?
My interest right now is simply to get to know society and those who dwell in it. I find conversation, learning. There is so much in this world that we still have to learn. And if I'm just looking at myself, I have but touched a grain of sand of that knowledge. I wish to make my way in this world. For now, those desires are simply the only ones I have.
Habani ponders this, but it's not necessarily apparent as she seems to stare at you for a moment. I see. I believe there are others be able to assist you in that. Have you met Lady Astor?
I don't think so. Out of character.
You haven't.
Great, thank you. I'm afraid that name is not yet familiar to me, nor the face that belongs with it.
She is a ancestor of Clan Cappadocian. Quite well entrenched within this city. Knows many people who can teach many things. She can direct you to others, either of us or of the kind. Perhaps she might even direct you to me if I am to be so honored.
I will
And she
remember
herself
the name.
is... Oh, pardon?
No, I'm sorry, I was interrupting you.
I was just going to say she is a very well-connected woman throughout the city.
I will make sure to remember her name.
You do remember her name. You believe Lady Katarina brought her up in your first meeting.
Oh, fucking hell, memory, dude.
That's right. Judging. I'm playing an asshole. I do get to judge you. That's right.
It would be an honor meeting her. Apart from that, I just hope to be able to serve my clan as best as I can. But I feel that is something that would hardly need to be said in these circles, as I figure that is a common goal.
Your clan has many accomplished members itself.
Yes, I realize that, and I can only hope that over time I will be worthy of standing amongst them.
The whispers within the main plaza seem to speak well of you. Continue your current trajectory, and I don't think that would be too much of a task.
Again, a compliment. You're flattering me.
I do need to uphold my reputation.
Because if we do not have that, what is left of us?
A good question. Your question actually seems to have got her thinking. Well, the statement is true. One is only as good as their word.
One is only as good as how others view one, as we have just seen proof of.
But what does that say to the people who have deliberately created a reputation for themselves to be underestimated?
Bushland.
And from my point of view, one could create such a reputation in a way it would create safety to not expect what one can do. However, the price to be paid for that, in my simple point of view, would be that people would not see you as valuable as you may be.
And again, one could say that being underestimated and forgotten can sometimes be quite practical to do whatever you wish away from private eyes.
Mhm. Yes, but when a situation would occur, you would be, if this building would be on fire, what would you save? The one that you know can help you later on, or the one that you know is always hiding under a table? Being underestimated, as any kind of reputation, has its pros and its cons.
I
But
believe
it's
my
true.
answer would be unfair to you, she simply says, kind of
Like,
smiling.
I would be the one putting fire on the building. Like, I don't really save people.
I know people who just like, everybody's like, this building can be on fire.
It was just an example, of course, but I'm still interested in your answer, however unfair it may be to me.
A truly meritocratic would simply douse the fire and bask in the glory. Unless, of course, they were attempting to rid themselves of rivals, but they would be judged for such foul play.
It was, of course, but a metaphor.
As I said, my answer is not very fair.
Because you prefer not to give the true answer, which is more than fair. Focusing on the example means that you would prefer to not focus on the meaning behind said example, or would prefer not to lay focus on it.
I understand the point being made. However, we are not generally creatures that save others. For a human, for the kind, yes, this metaphor holds weight. But for us, it is. And she looks a bit troubled. Unfortunate. Although I appreciate that you made the example.
I apologize for my human thoughts. I am.
Oh, no. I appreciate such a thing.
However,
I am disappointed that not more share your sentiments.
I still think if I try to see it from an elder viewpoint, For as far as I can imagine such a viewpoint, there would be merit in trying to get someone out, if only to gain something in return. In that case, my example still counts. Even more, probably. One would save the prince, but not the little neonate that just comes looking around the corner. Because one can get more from the prince as a
Or
token of
one,
gratitude.
or one can get more from the prince being gone. That
This is
proof
true as
also
well.
exists.
Dangerous talk in a place like this.
I was about to say, this is... I apologize, my example may have been a bit...
I believe we might have derailed it ever so slightly. My apologies. However, if I may make the statement, and my clan does trend towards judging those on the strength of their heart rather than their simple power. 'Tis our duty, after all. Not that I am to claim supremacy in any fashion.
It is.
Beep boop. I'm a robot.
Oh god, now there's two of them. Run!
No!
It is always interesting to hold conversation. Conversation is something that I greatly enjoy. I have to thank you, my lady, for this conversation. As he bows to the two, I have, however, to excuse myself. I have business to attend to before doing my introduction to the prince. I
It
hope,
was...
I hope, Lady Irene, that we will have this conversation that we talked about regarding the nature of theology.
I look forward to it indeed. It was a pleasure conversing with you again, Lord Ecleus.
And he then turns to the Asamite. I look forward to have another encounter with you, my lady.
As do I, my lord. She looks quite appreciative of your presence.
And with that, Ecleos will make his way out as he got to do things in his apartment. Yeah, I got to refresh my people chair, like it's thirsty.
Ecleos still hasn't finished moving in. He's like still unpacking. He's like, oh, I got this fucking Elysium. Oh my god.
Ah!
Yeah, like the chair is attacking against my lamp. Like this is. I'll see you guys later.
Later, mater.
Yes, I will see you later.
Or not.
He doesn't have enough
Oh boy.
candle wax to light his room. uh, how many? No, you're no longer hiding, are you, Garrick?
No, Garrett will probably at this point. He's trying to stay kind of discreet and unseen, but he's walking the gardens. as he's walking, he's probably looking down towards his hands, and he looks fairly skittish. He's still in the same robes from last night.
Okay, Ebony doesn't appear to pay too much mind, at least initially. She'll continue talking to Irene. Ah, my lady Irene, have you met any of the Nosferatu of the city?
I am afraid I did not have that pleasure yet.
I've noticed among some of the Nosferatu and Arcavians, so many among their brood trend towards that of the unseen man. I noticed one of their older blood, a man called Alexander, or the leper as he likes to be called. Observing many of your conversations of Elysium, but I find it to be a tired trick myself. A beggar does not an effective spy make, as she says, rather loudly, enough for Garrick to hear. She doesn't look at you. But she says it quite loudly. It's not
very,
loud,
very
again, it's like, this catches your eye.
I assume I don't need a POV to guess what she's inferring.
Yeah, no, she's probably almost certainly referring to you. You're the only other person out in the garden with these two.
Of course. Yeah, of course. So he'll skittishly look up to both of them, and he'll just give a short bow. Apologies, my ladies. I did not wish to interrupt your conversation. I wish to get some fresh air. I don't much have chance to see nature like this.
How true is that statement?
I mean, he's been eavesdropping the entire time, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what she has a specialty in.
Yeah. Is there even a point in me spending a willpower on this?
I don't, like, she has... Oh my god. Yes.
I only have one success, so don't worry.
Oh god, she got 3 10s.
Jesus Christ.
Oh god, so that's like
6, 7 minus 1 of the successes is
How many dice do I have?
6. She has 6 successes.
Yeah, no way I'm getting above that, but let's see.
She
what I
looks
get.
straight through you. She just looks straight through you.
he pulls off these half-truths pretty well for Irene, but for Ebony.
Yeah, no, Irene is clueless. She'll just smile very politely. And will actually still answer, I forgot the name, but she says, well, often those in beggar's clothing may hold a lot of wisdom, I've been told. There are many stories about those who do not look like kings, but have the personality of one.
That's very kind of you to say so, my lady. I'm afraid my face is not worthy to walk these halls sometimes.
As sympathetic I may be to your current state, attempting to mislead one of the children of Hakim is always an endeavour that will end in failure.
Irene will raise her eyebrow at that.
He'll nod back and he'll say, why? Why? I shall keep that in mind. I do not wish to mislead or offend you, my lady.
You're fortunate I am not of the other blood, or I'd have considered your slight an offence.
Then I thank God and I thank you for your clemency.
She curtsies.
He'll give a very deep bow. Shall I leave you two ladies to your conversation, or would you
Oh,
require company?
please stay.
Wisdom
haven't
unspoken is wisdom lost.
And we haven't even got your name yet, sir.
Of course, my name is Derek. I believe you are the new child of the shadow, and he'll just kind of. I have heard many great tales of your beauty and wisdom for such young.
I am afraid that you're giving me way too much credit. I am Irene Argyris, and I am indeed of Clan La Sombra. But the tales of my beauty or my wisdom would be fairly untrue. I can assure you, this is my second night out, and I doubt tales spread so fast. You must have heard of my sire.
You'll just kind of bow his head. I do not believe I have had the pleasure of meeting your sire.
Lady Celine Alexandris. She holds both more beauty and more wisdom than I could ever hope to achieve.
He'll nod, and then he'll raise an eyebrow. Then such a great lady must have chosen very carefully, for a reason. Also, conventional wisdoms hold. Wouldn't you agree? And he'll just glance towards Ebony, and he's trying to get kind of a read on a mood. Hello?
I think you have to repeat the question to Chris.
Yeah, sorry, I lost connection, so...
He said essentially, such a great lady must have chosen very carefully. Wouldn't you think that's what conventional wisdom would hold? And he kind of glances towards Ebony, kind of almost skittishly, but he's trying to get a read on her at the same time.
Fuck, I'm so sorry, I missed the question again.
I'll
This is like
type
the
it.
worst thing ever.
Yeah, Garrick's like bluffing skill is so good that Ebony is just spaced out. With pity.
Clearly. Sorry, what was he asking? Just put it in quotes for me, because I am just losing everything.
He was talking about Irene's sire and how such a great lady must have chosen very carefully. But Curtis, could you speak up? Because I think maybe your mic is gone again.
Yeah.
Oh no, I can still hear you. Okay.
All capping.
He put his question in the chat, by the way, Chris.
Yeah, no, I see it.
Okay.
Let's see a cliff notes without VM stuttering.
I would agree that such important choices are often handled with a great degree of caution, yes.
And Garrett would just nod.
I have no other choice but to humbly accept your compliments and bow to both your wisdom. As she will do so, and will curtsy. However, when we talk about reputation, I would not wish for mine to fly up so brilliantly in such short nights, only to fall at the first sign of anything not resembling such beauty or wisdom. I am but young and have much to learn.
As do we all. I think you'll find there is always more to learn.
Garrett will kind of just look around as if he wants to say something, and he'll just kind of say, yes. I believe the lady is correct, especially after the prince's announcement. The next few nights are sure to be trying.
News that disturbed many. Indeed.
Perhaps, but the city is perhaps one of the most secure against the threats that we face. I would not consider it. As threatening as it would appear at first glance. It must be handled swiftly, of course. But I think you'll find in this city there are many at the forefront that specialize in dealing with such mistakes. Perhaps in the past, but a century ago, this would not be the case. But the city has grown and flourished since then. I have confidence that our court will be able to resolve the issue. She appears very calm and genuine in this statement.
Garrett will nod and say, yes, I agree. Situations like this always have a way of trickling down. When the kind are afraid, they're always a little less generous. So I hope the problem is resolved soon.
The Sikh tradition, oh sorry.
No, go ahead.
The Sikh tradition is upheld more strictly here than in perhaps other cities.
Yes, I unfortunately haven't had the chance to travel to any other cities, only Edessa. How would you say the traditions are held more strictly here?
Often, the traditions are prioritized as per their number on the scale. So the first is handled most seriously, then the second, then the third, and so on and so forth, until we get to the sixth, which is the silence. However, because of the conflict this region so often faces, and the existence of Abraham's fountain, we do tend to prioritize the sacred tradition over others. We expect people to look after their own errors and to clean up their mess. And there are always those within the city who are able to do so if they cannot. My good friend Baylor is an expert in this and has accrued
Yes,
much favor as a result.
I believe I had the chance to talk to him for several minutes. He was an interesting man.
Yes, he is a quiet man, but a most honourable and pious one.
Yes, I rather enjoyed his company, but you mentioned Abraham's mountain. Would you believe that is something which could potentially pose more threat to the city if it was to be compromised in any way?
Abraham's fountain. Abraham's fountain, I do not know much of, other than its theological significance regarding the tale of Abraham. Hence why it is named Abraham's fountain. It has been here longer than I. I have little understanding of it, and it's not a topic of study for me. I could not tell you much about it other than it's generally ill-advised to go there. It is not necessarily a threat to us. Many of us walk through the area. Many of us visit it. But it is not necessarily always a comforting experience. It is also a place of pilgrimage, so it can attract those who are aware of us. Of course, when such entities do come along, they're dealt with swiftly. In this case, it is actually rather useful, because it renders the movements of hunters predictable. But we have not had hunters in over a century now, from what my elders tell me.
I just kind of nod, just kind of doing his best to follow with what she's saying.
It was around that time that the Sikh tradition was prioritized by the ruling figures, perhaps in response to these hunters, but I cannot say. But it is a testament to their wisdom, as that we have not had such figures, such malicious entities enter our domain for such a long period of time. Cities with large canine populations, such as ours, often run into hunter cells every few decades or so, especially after some particularly grievous error in which they are judged accordingly. Of course, it is not. They are not judged because they attract hunters for breaking the law, for that is the principle we uphold.
He'll nod. God be willing that the judges of this city will be able to keep peace and prosperity for much longer.
Irene just looks very thoughtful at this entire conversation.
Mhm.
May God have mercy upon those wayward souls. One can only hope that they find peace in the next life if they cannot here.
Amen. May God give us the courage and the ability to face such evil and such dangers where we encounter them. And to give us our daily bread.
Hebony doesn't really join in on that.
No, I mean,
Yeah, he can.
I think that is a as a Christian prayer, isn't it? I can't remember.
mhm.
He'll add in. He'll probably just add in and smile and not smile, but he'll also just mumble, God be willing, inshallah, basically. And then he'd kind of turn to Lady Irene. But please don't let me keep you from talking, Lady Irene. Lady, is everything okay?
I apologize. I was merely overthinking your words. I have not heard of hunters yet, so I've heard they exist, but so I was merely pondering, and please don't let my thoughts stop you from talking. It is refreshing.
Hunters are no different than any other human, merely that they're aware of us. I have never met one myself either. Such instances tend to end tragically for all. This is why we are positive.
If one was to spot a hunter, what would one indeed look out for? It is difficult to place faces among the kind.
I could not possibly say I have never met one, and have not been trained in dealing with them.
Hmm.
It is not my
Then
place among the court or my clan.
You'll nod. Then pray tell my lady, what if I may so humbly ask, what is your place among the court? So I may learn to properly compose myself.
I am but a humble servant of this court in the magic circle. And not the magic circle, the true heirs. Fuck, I keep saying magic circle. No, the opposite faction. The one directly opposed to the other.
She likes Citramia, killer.
I mean, she clearly doesn't. She's just salting all over them earlier. Like
Yeah.
she's a Roman at Carthage.
Yeah. Yeah.
I see to that. I see to that which needs to be seen to.
I think that is something that we all must do.
An Admiral Bodo.
I keep people calm and cohesive and happy. and judge those who prove themselves unworthy of their blood.
Squeak.
Although I could only ever do such a thing to those lesser in station than myself.
Of course, that must be difficult work, as there are so many who pass through this city.
Those who pass through are often unworthy of note, rather than their blood. They're simply passing through after all. It is only those who leave destruction in their wake that must be dealt with caution. And such instances are most uncommon, I am happy to say. Of course, I'm merely a student when it comes to the topic of judgment.
I am but a man of the streets myself, but it is refreshing to hear such conversation.
A man of the streets.
Yes, but we're all students of something, no?
So pray tell, what do the streets tell us?
He'll just kind of shrug his shoulders.
Actually,
The
I'll
streets.
let you have something if you can't think of anything. I actually have an idea.
Oh dear.
I was going to say something, but go ahead.
Oh no, that's fine. You go ahead, man.
Now what we're going to say?
No.
Just type it to me.
Wait a second, I need to check something on your sheet. Yeah, roll me yo contacts.
Oh, okay.
Manipulation plus contacts rating.
Okay.
Diff 7.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Can I spend a willpower on this, or?
This would have been information
don't-
you had prior to Elysium. I'll say yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, because you're not contacting your contacts right now. This is stuff you'd know from your contacts.
Yeah, I haven't. I mean, there are things he has seen, but he's not gonna say some of what he's seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if you've overheard. Oops, sorry.
Sorry. I'll let VST speak.
Hey, don't leave it from me to get in a really good roleplay. You've heard the conflicts between the Brothers of Saints Paul and the Soze gang. Can't pronounce that last E properly as an accent. The gang of the Soze gang is a known gang comprised largely of Turks who engage in all manner of things and seem to pull their ranks from apparently out of a hat. It's a bit of a mystery. But the Brothers of St. Paul are largely Frankish and a much younger gang that have risen up recently and been challenging the Soze gang for their turf. You've also heard rumors of houses, certain noble houses, have been engaging in a bit of.
I'm going when Cam's like not working for like 3-4 days. He yeah. So then he'll just nod to Irene, and he'll say, think. He says the The streets are always the same, my lady. Dirt and flesh and blood. I hear. I hear. I hear there are a couple of conflicts between the houses and the gangs, as always, but such is not my specialty.
Between the houses.
Perhaps, but pray tell, you might know a little bit more about that, being a noble lady yourself.
I could ask around, but unfortunately, I have not been able to establish any contacts yet. I would still need to look around to see if there are people here that I know. If so, I might be able to gain some information, but as said, this is my second night out. I have not left the house since arriving. He's very quiet. Is it me or is it someone else?
I hear noises.
What, the bleep bleep bleep?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's my headset. It's dying.
Troopers! Ah!
I would prefer not.
Everyone would prefer not. Nobody likes the troopers. As far as I'm concerned, they're all dead. But yeah, no, Ebony just gazes upon this silence and looks intrigued. Perhaps if you are a woman of no nobility and you're a man of the streets, you could come to an accord.
A sharing of information from different places.
Yes. The different priorities of the common folk to the nobility often put the same information under different lights, and details that would be missed by another are often caught by their opposite.
It is not a bad proposal indeed.
To have a complete picture is a luxury that few, even among our older blood, possess.
What say you of such proposal, my lord?
Please. I'm Garrick, just Garrick, and he looks around.
I apologize, Sir Garrick.
Please, my lady, you have no need to worry. But my lady speaks sense. Information often travels in different circles. Some are unseen, and some hide in plain sight. And he'll glance up between her and Ebony for a second. I'm just a neonate trying to make it through the next few nights, as I'm sure you are. We can both probably appreciate all the help we can get.
Then let's come to an agreement on this. Sharing of information. word from the streets in exchange of word from the noble houses. She'll hold out her hand.
You'll nod. I'm just a beggar. I can't. I'm not as experienced as some others, but I promise that I shall share whatever I may come across that may interest you, and I trust that you would do the same.
Most definitely. We've come to an accord then.
Yes, then it has been a pleasure. And he'll almost hold out his hand to shake it, and then he'll kind of wipe it on himself and think better of it, and he'll just bow.
She'll smile and
And what of you, my lady? He'll glance towards Ebony.
Myself, I am merely happy that an accord was reached and will ensure that it would be upheld. However, should you require services of me, you may find me all over the domain, but most often within the domain of the Assamites, the Jewish quarter.
You'll nod, then I thank you both.
Ebony simply nods. However, I believe I must report to my sire. I have much to discuss with him.
He'll nod. I can't. I must also speak to those higher in command. But Irene of Clan Lasombra and Lady Ebony of Clan Assault. I am fortunate to have met you both.
It has been a pleasure, Garrick. Should you ever need to speak to me again, feel free to simply approach. There is no need to hide.
You'll nod. Then I shall keep that in mind.
Thank you. Have a pleasant evening.
Thank you too.
And she will walk away.
Garrick will turn to Irene and see if she says anything.
She'll smile at him. It was definitely a pleasure meeting you. Don't ever let your clothing or mine stop you from approaching.
Perhaps, but you're perhaps the first person who has said that to me for a while. But before I go, we shall have to keep an eye on that one and how the situation develops.
That one.
Mm-hmm. The lady, I get the feel she's kind, but I get the feel that this isn't the first time this will have happened before. He'll smile.
I have learned many of our kind hold agendas to themselves. I have no doubt you and I will do the same.
Indeed. As well, that is part of surviving now. Your clothes and mine are both armor ready for war. Just in different places, perhaps.
As Lord Eglios put it so eloquently, we all wear masks.
Perhaps, but the person we should all be most afraid of is the one who doesn't wear a mask at all.
I think the person you mention like that would wear many masks, but so close to himself that you could hardly see it.
Perhaps, as I said, I'm a man of the streets. I'm not so well educated as yourself.
I would say our education lies in different centers.
Well,
you may not have had the education that I have been able to receive. However, on the streets, I would need an escort where you can move around and feel at home. It is still knowledge that you acquired. Don't put yourself down.
I suppose. Pray tell, should I need to get word to you in a hurry, where would be best to send it? I would not want to pollute whatever part of the city you reside in.
Oh, please. As I said, don't put yourself down like that. You can find my home. I stay with my sire, the edge of the merchants' district.
He'll nod.
And how may I reach you?
He'll just smile. Well, all you need to do is send word down through the slums and it may reach me. As I said, it's not good for a beggar to be seen too much. He becomes a target. But I thank you, my lady. There's much more to you than meets the eye. Yeah. And he'll just he'll do another bow, but like he'll kind of have his hands out and he'll smile.
She'll
my lady,
take his hands.
and he'll kind of rub his hands, but which are filthy, and he'll once again smell kind of downturned earth, and he'll say, but my lady, before I go, alms for the poor. Good lady, spare a kind lady, spare a coin.
I am afraid I have no coins with me. She thinks for a moment. But take this, and she'll remove one of the bracelets that she's wearing and hands it to him.
What kind of bracelet is it? Is it like gold or like a bangle?
It's definitely not gold.
Okay. Yeah, I was
it's probably like a small silver one.
Then he'll still take it nonetheless, and he'll clasp hands a little bit tightly and say, "Yes, my lady, I thank you. I thank you. God rewards the charitable."
We shall see.
Yes, of course. We shall see each other once again. Perhaps during the introductions.
Perhaps. Only time can tell.
Yes. I had better let you prepare. And he'll kind of bow, and he'll walk away, just a little bit richer.
She'll curtsy and probably stays in the gardens, just to herself, thinking, preparing.
Yeah.
And that's where we're ending the scene. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, ST, for bothering us. And yeah, good night. As soon as I can find my mouse. There.